Hey, folks, there's been a change to the information in this interview that we've done with Scarlet Angel. Of course, we're all looking forward to their 40th anniversary show, which is going to be held on April 5th. However, the venue has been changed from the New Phillips Inn, and it's going to be down at American Legion Post 38, 3300 Dundalk Avenue in Dundalk, Maryland. The move was made recently after the time that we recorded this interview. So we wanted to make sure that we get this in here as a correction. Again, the show will be held not at the New Phillips Inn, but it will be held at American Legion Post 38, 3300 Dundalk Avenue. Hope to see you there. I'm going to be there and I'm looking forward to it. Now, enjoy the interview. This is Michael Spedden, and welcome to Fowl Players Radio, your one-stop shop for all of your pop culture needs. We feature interviews from musicians, actors, comics, dancers, authors, and much, much more, up-and-coming artists and beloved favorites. We've got it all, people on stage, backstage, out front, and behind the scenes. Sit back and relax. Let's have some fun.
Hi, this is Tom Azanero. You're listening to Fowl Players Radio with Michael Spedden.
Hey, it's Anna here with the Day in Pompeii, and you're listening to Fowl Players Radio.
Hey, and thanks for joining us tonight on Fowl Players Radio. Michael Spedden here, and tonight our guests are Scarlet Angel, a band that I go way back with. I've known these folks forever, and they have some big news coming up. First of all, Jackie Joyce has come back to the band, and they also have a big show coming up on April 5th at Phillips down in Dundalk. So make sure you get out and check that out. Phillips is on Holabird Avenue in Dundalk, between Dundalk Avenue and Merritt. And it's going to be a great show that night. We had a great time talking about the past, remembering the clubs from the past, what the scene was like back in those days. Had a lot of great times, had a lot of great laughs, and I think you're really going to enjoy this episode. Also, don't forget the Fowl Players of Perryville are back and doing murder mysteries. You can find our shows at Madigan's Waterfront down in Occoquan, Virginia, the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad. We have 2 shows coming up on Maryland Party Boats. So go to www.fowlplayersofperryville.com and check us out. Also, all of our episodes now are on fowlplayersradio.com, all 12 seasons. Since season 9, we have all of those episodes from season 9 forward on our YouTube page. Remember to go and hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be right back with Scarlet Angel right after these words.
This is Eric Surratt from Baumankinder, and you're listening to Michael Spedden on Fowl Players Radio.
Hello, this is John Piet,
Kevin Schmidt,
and Jerry Bozick.
And we're August, a little band from Virginia. You can hear our story, other stories from the legendary Baltimore, D.C. music scene, and much, much more with Michael Spedden on Fowl Players Radio. You can find it at www.fowlplayersradio.com, on YouTube, and wherever you find podcasts online. Keep rocking.
And welcome back to another episode of Fowl Players Radio, season 12. 12 seasons already, episode 3. And coming back today, we've had these folks as guests several times over the years. It's always a pleasure. It's always a lot of fun to have them on. Scarlet Angel, however, this time is unusual because there is some very special news that's coming out that they're going to tell us about. There's a big show coming up and lots of other things. So I'm going to zip it and I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell us exactly what's going on. So welcome, Scarlet Angel. How are we all doing?
Great. Thanks, Mike.
We're good. We're good. We're happy. We're ready for our big show. I'm Kim, the drummer, and I'm going to start out by saying we are celebrating our 40th anniversary bash at the New Phillips Inn in Dundalk, Maryland, Holabird Avenue, April 5th, 8:30 p.m. till 12:30 a.m. And yeah, check out Bonfires opening up for their local band, young boys. They're really good. They're going to be doing some metal for you. And then Scarlet Angel is going to take the stage closer to 10 o'clock. And this is the first time that me, Michelle, and Jackie have played together in over 13 years. So this is going to be very special for us.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so you have the big show coming up, and and two big events are kind of being celebrated here. 40 years and the return. We've had her face on milk cartons all over the country, and we finally found her, huh?
There she is. The return of Jackie Joyce.
You guys are nuts.
She's
it hasn't
returned.
been really that hard to find me. I kind of been out there probably more than I should be.
I think, I would say, it's not hard to find you, but I'm glad to see you where you are. Congratulations to all of you on this too.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
It's great to see you've had the band together for this long, and this has been going on, and changes here and there, but 40 years. I mean, that's really something to be proud of.
Yeah,
it is. It's actually 41, but we're just going to call it our 40th year anniversary.
Rounding down.
I know when the band,
when you count when we actually started, because although the band was formed in what, Michelle,
84.
84. I wasn't in the band in 84.
When did you
join? Him didn't come till 86. So
right, but you were in there before me.
I was there before you, but so I don't know. It's kind of like, when do you really, how a band evolves?
Well, I started it right after high school. I graduated in the fall of 83. So, but it feels like just yesterday, and it feels like an eternity. It's kind of weird,
Feels like just yesterday you and I sat on that damn pier. So my dad and Michelle's mother knew each other. That's how me and Michelle met.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete and Fran were forces of nature, let me tell you.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So when Pete and Fran got together and had an idea, guess what? And that's just exactly how Fran would say it. I got an idea.
We're glitching.
Yep. And my daddy said, well, my daughter sings. And Fran said, well, my daughter plays guitar. And they got an idea that they were going to put us together and make a band.
Yep.
And that was the first incarnation of Scarlet Angel, which wasn't called Scarlet Angel then. It was called Essence.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say that was an incarnation of Scarlet Angel. I'd say that it was because it was a top 40 band.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't Scarlet Angel at all. It was.
And Jackie and I were both,
it was the budding of mine and Michelle's writing collaboration. So
yeah,
I would say
Jackie and I were in high school. I think we were 16. Well, you're just a little bit older than me.
I graduated in 82. So
yeah.
I was just out. I was just out of school.
Yeah.
When you and I got together. But it was a long, many moons ago.
And then you guys were Scarlet Angel in 84, and then you had a different drummer. And what happened is Michelle was coming to see my band, which funny thing is I'm in another band with Mike Munchie now, but she was coming to see us at the Galaxy Ballroom in the Marble Bar.
Oh my God, I'll never forget the first time I saw Kim Yates sitting behind a drum kit. Oh my God. Hysterical.
And I was playing with this 3-piece metal band, and we were called Slayer at the time because we didn't even realize there was a Slayer out there. Yeah. So we were playing, and they came to see us. And I was like, oh, okay, they were pretty wild women. They were like, the denim and the leather and the big hair and all, and up in the balcony, and we're playing, and they're throwing chairs and throwing fists and getting crazy. It's pretty wild.
It was people that were there. It wasn't us. I think it was.
Well, no, it was them.
Somebody that was with us.
No, it was them. It was. I don't think you were there. It was Jeanette and all the. They had different members in the band. But then what happened was, then I was with them. A lot of people don't know this, but it was a short stint where I played rhythm guitar for maybe a practice or two, and then that was it. And then their drummer Mindy fell into a hydraulic lift hole at work, and she hurt her back. True story. And then they needed a drummer to fill in for their, what was it called, the Broken Hearts Valentine's dance.
Yeah.
So it was a Valentine's party that they were putting together at the big VFW hall, and I filled in for that. And I remember learning all these songs, Metallica and Motley Crue and Priest and Sabbath on cassette. I had it on cassette. I like listened to it over and over and over. So I learned like, what was it about like 40 songs in 2 weeks.
It was like we played 4 sets back then. There were 4 long sets. So
Yeah. Yep. And I learned them, and then I filled in for them for that show, and then I just stayed in the band. So I was in 2 bands for a while back then, but that's when I joined Scarlet Angel, and I never quit Scarlet Angel or left them. Like I said, I've been in other bands, but I never left them. And me and Michelle were together for a long time, and then Jackie had a couple babies, and then took a little hiatus. But then
It's hard to sing, Priest, when you can't button your jeans. Really hard. Do you guys remember? Oh my God, Michelle. Remember at the Cafe Tattoo? And I was in the middle. I believe you're the devil. I believe you're child. I hit the note. And there went the safety pin I had holding my shit together. Oh, I said shit again. Holding my jeans together. It went out. Poing. I was praying to God it didn't poke any of the customers in the eye. And the safety pin went poing. And I ran into the bathroom crying, remember? And you came in the bathroom and I was like, I can't do this if I'm going to be pregnant. I was like so upset. I was pregnant with my first child with Richie. Yep.
Yeah.
So we had to call it for that because like you can't really be metal and be pregnant. Like you could probably nowadays you can get away with that shit.
Yeah, I can't speak on that. I'm sure it's I mean,
and I was big pregnant too, boy, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I was never a tiny little girl. So yeah, there was that. And then like after I had Richie, it was like bam, bam, I got pregnant with Sarah like a couple years later. So like the baby machine was happening for me then. But we picked up after I was done with that. A couple years went by, a couple few.
Yeah. Yep. And then we recorded our first CD, which we had recorded our first song back in the day, Scarlet Angel, and then we recorded the first CD. I think we put that out in 2004, and then we opened up for UFO. So that's when we kind of got back together. You opened up for UFO, and then we started opening up for a lot of national acts: LA Guns, Winger, Crocus, Kitty, Twisted Sister was the big one at Rams Head. Great White, Slaughter,
Lynch Mob.
Yeah, Lynch Mob.
Rhino Bucket.
Kicks. And because we played the big state fair a few years back. That was the York State Fair. That was a big show.
Metal Church.
Yeah, Metal Church was awesome. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, and Barry here, the
that was my
player.
favorite.
You were at that show. You played that show.
Love Metal Church. Yeah.
Yeah. So Barry's been in the bands for like
12 years.
Yeah, he was in the band 12 years. And now he's.
We got some really great guys that have been. I don't know whatever we always talk. Barry, please excuse this statement, but we always wanted to have another girl, so it would be all girls. So we always talked about it. Have a girl bass player, but can't find them. It's not a thing apparently. I mean, there's a
lot of them out now.
There's a few, but
there is.
Otherwise engaged.
Yeah, they're there. Yeah. They're out, and there's a lot of good musicians out there.
It would be nice to have a girl bass player.
I mean, yeah, it's really good to see so many more women and girl musicians now.
There's a lot more now.
Like back when we were younger and coming out, there weren't really that many. I don't even know if we should call ourselves. Well, say we're looking for a female bass player. It's like you're trying to order some crabs or something like that. I don't know. There's got to be a better way to say we're looking for a bass player who is a girl or a woman. I don't know, instead of female.
Especially in today's world, it's like you're being politically incorrect, right?
Yeah.
But it would have been nice. But we've had a lot of really great bass players. Like, so very first one was Willie.
Yes, Distortion Willie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was.
And I got played with him for a short time. Michelle played with him longer.
Yeah, he used the distortion box all the time, and then if he needed to get a low note, because he didn't really have the drop Ds back then, he would bend his neck to get that low D. It was kind of cool, but I was waiting for the neck to snap. But
he was such a Viking, man. He was just big guy. Like, he could have bent that neck, let me tell you. And you could watch it happen. And then it was Ronnie Glenn, who was cute as a button. I'll never forget when he came down to audition for us. He looked like Blackie Lawless. just adorable.
Mhm.
And yeah, so he was in the band for a while. I in later years married him, 2008, but it was long after Ronnie was out of the band. And then after that, it was John Mooney. John Mooney spent, how many years was John with us? I think Ronnie was about 5 years.
I'm not sure,
And
Jack.
John was in the band for a while.
Maybe like 4 or
Yeah.
5, and then we kind of tried to have a reboot, but then that's when you got pregnant with your second child.
Right. John wrote the bass line for Fear the Night.
Yeah,
Right?
it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, some really good bass lines. And then, of course, after that, and our reincarnation again was with Rich Wilcox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Rich
Who's on
is
the
in Florida
second
now. Say it again?
He's on the second CD.
Yeah, he's on the
Rich is.
Mhm.
Is he on the second?
He is, yes.
Yeah, he's on the second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing bass player. Like he's off the hook. And he sang on the second CD too. The Northman was his song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we've been blessed by, having that little touch of testosterone mixed in there, but all that estrogen,
Then our third
Yeah,
CD is
and then-
Rise Metal Angels,
Yeah.
and then that's the one that Barry plays on.
That's Barry, right?
That's
Yeah.
the one that Abby sang on
Mhm.
after
Yeah.
Jackie left the band.
And there was
But,
some intermittent players in between there that didn't stay for
That was the
long.
longest bass player, huh? Then 12 years, I guess.
Yeah, I
so,
think
right?
I think it was.
You're right.
All
I
right.
think it was really 13, Barry, because we figured that out one
Yeah, I
night.
think
Because you
you're right.
you and Abby came around the same time.
Like about a month apart. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple weeks. Yeah.
I know it was a Tuesday, right?
Yes, it was a Tuesday because I was pooping. Yeah.
And I was happy when.
that.
Yeah. What's the first song that we played?
Metallica,
Four Horsemen.
Four Horsemen, and I
You
was
got up
Oh
and
my
you walked
God.
away, didn't say anything, and called Michelle and said, "We found our bass player."
Mhm.
Like, she just gets up and leaves. Like, okay, should I stay? Am I leaving? What?
Yep, I remember that.
So
Because some
I'm
people,
really happy to help you guys out with this first show,
Thank
and
you.
it's
I
going to
really
be neat
appreciate
to play again. And
well, some people
Yeah.
say they play bass and they don't, and then there's other people that are really great guitar players, and they don't. But they're not really great bass players.
They're
you
different
know?
animals. Totally
They
different
are.
animals.
And we
Yeah.
get. I mean, that's just something that I don't like. Is people think they can play the bass if they play the guitar,
Mhm.
and it's not really true because they have to approach it like it's its own unique instrument.
You do.
To
actually
have-
have to actually
Yeah,
have
there's no rhythm guitar in this band. So for us, the bass player is very prominent.
to
Has to
actually
be.
have meaningful, bass lines and to fill in.
Yeah.
So
And the other thing too, it's like you got to play them
Play them.
differently too. I play some guitar, and I did in that acoustic act, but everybody told me you were way too heavy-handed to be a guitar player, because I'm used to playing bass, and I play guitar like I'm playing bass, and I beat the hell out of it. And there we are, Scarlet Angel,
Scarlet Angel's first CD sold
first
out.
CD sold
So if
out.
you have it,
Twice.
it's amazing.
twice.
It's a collector's
featuring
item.
It is.
9.
There's one up on Amazon for like $162. I just can't believe it.
Really?
Yeah. I sent you that post that one time, Jackie.
Mhm.
Yeah, this belongs to somebody. They bought it. And then we have our second one, which is Into
Shook
the
me up.
Magic
I'm getting
Third.
ready to cry. Oh my God. $162. Jesus.
And then this is our import album that the Germans made.
High
Put
Roller
together.
Records.
Yeah.
So
And this
tell them
is-
the story behind that album cover. The artwork. We
Well,
were
that was-
approached by. Go ahead, Michelle.
It was High Roller Records. They're in Germany. And they came up with the concept because they like the Scarlet Angel song and they feel like, the Scarlet Angel's song's about Scarlet Angel bringing rock and roll to the world. And that's kind of like the album cover that they
neat.
came up with on their own.
Yeah.
And it's really their favorite cuts from our first and second album.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a nice pull out color thing it's got the fold out for the band, like pictures through the years and
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's nice. Hey,
Yeah,
that's what I
it's
miss
got the
about
lyrics.
vinyl.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So it was really an honor to have those made.
Mhm.
And the song Scarlet Angel, like when they had the Walkin' Fest back when this was out in the early 2000s, they have a magazine called Walkin', that they give everybody that comes into the festival. And there was a CD of the best songs that they had in there. And they had Scarlet Angel. The song Scarlet Angel was on that CD. So, and that went at the thousands and thousands of fans of that magazine.
And
that is something that's actually 97 Underground is actually involved right now over at Morseburgers. There's like a Battle of the Bands contest to find somebody from here to play at Wacken.
Man, why aren't we in it, man? I don't think we knew about it. Is it still active?
Yeah, Mike.
I think so. Yeah. You ought to call Morseburgers.
Morseburgers.
Yeah.
Kim plays there. You know,
I'll play there.
Yeah.
Play there quite often.
It's actually
But
my dream to play Walking Fest. And I'm sure
We're in
Mary
this
too.
magazine.
Mary,
Oh
you
my
mentioned that
God.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in this magazine too.
Yeah.
Headache. This is the one where we came like the number 2 CD of the year or something.
It's
Mhm.
number one,
Yeah,
number
it's so-
1 and number 2 for Metal
Yeah.
Maidens magazine that said we were the number 1 and number 2 album. They gave us both. Yes, Metal Maidens magazine. I think they're just online now. They used to be in print. Hey
Yeah.
Kim, that magazine
Awesome.
Headache with the one Headache with the guys from Black Sabbath on it. I think that actually says our name on the cover, doesn't it?
Somewhere. Yes, right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So they
Yep.
mentioned us on the cover there.
that's amazing. That's amazing.
It
But we're
seems
on-
it's
we're on
so
all these
strange.
magazines.
It's serendipitous because we've always been like this close
Mhm.
to, you know, like inside that magazine, there's pictures of, you know, us. And then like the picture that's right next to it is Zach Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, dude, like I love Zach Wild. I just went to see him live. Oh my God. He
Mhm.
wore a kilt. I was
Yeah. He wore a kilt.
so totally turned on by the kilt. And he did his Ozzy Osbourne Zach Sabbath show.
Oh, right.
Sounds
Right.
just
Right.
like Ozzy. He's amazing. But anyway, we've always been this close to like, you know, touching that the golden fleece of stardom.
The golden
Yeah,
ticket. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's like that close for this many years, you know what I mean? And it's I don't know, I had like a rude awakening when I decided to come back to the band thanks to you, Mike. And I said that on the previous iteration of my story here, but I had to like it was like a download. Just, you know, I knew they were looking for a singer, and I knew they were looking for a singer. Know Abby very well. Love Abby. Love Abby. Who doesn't love Abby?
Oh,
my
she's a
God.
Yeah, Abby's
sweetheart.
great.
She's an
Abby's
absolute
lovable.
sweetheart.
I mean, she
Very
just,
nice person.
I have many more cavities in my mouth because I spent too much time with her. Trust me.
She's
a
really
sweetheart.
nice. Yeah, I always I liked her from the time I met her. She's very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a good egg for sure.
Mhm.
But like she was leaving. She's in so many other bands and she's so busy. But I just spent two Saturday nights ago. Yeah. Saturday for less. Her and I hung out and partied for a while together. So that was fun.
Mhm.
It was Brian from Surreal's 60th birthday party.
Oh,
So,
right.
we had a couple drinks that night. But yeah, so I just had this like epiphany, this moment where this angelic voice just downloaded into my brain, like, bam, you need to do that. You need to go back and sing for them. So
Was it a Scarlet Angelic voice?
it was something like that, but I think it was God actually. But I was listening to an interview that you were doing with the girls.
Yeah.
And that's what sparked it. It was your interview with them that they were talking about the old times, and
Mhm.
you had played a couple songs, and I'm like, man, those songs are good, man.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
They really
I was
are.
a beast in the
Mhm.
80s. I was like, what? Like, I can't do that shit now.
You better
A little
be
bit I
able
can. A little bit I can. But yeah, like it's just like it was just this like thing that I knew I had to do it. I just knew I had to do it. It was like a no-brainer. Like you need to go back and do that and be the singer again. And it you know, I had to refresh my mind of how many, you know, just almost there moments that we had sharing a stage with Twisted Sister. Like whoever gets to say they can do that. That I
remember-
shared the stage with Twisted
Well,
with that
I
band.
remember this one. Remember Michelle?
And Crocus. Love Crocus.
Kitty
You know,
Kitty was on their
Winger.
bus.
Yep, Winger. Yeah, what girl doesn't want to share a stage with Kick? I I would share my stage. I would share other things with Kiplinger too, but I won't go there.
Kitty was on the bus and we were playing and they got off of their bus to come in.
Thunderdome.
And you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Thunderdome.
Yeah. And they came at the sea like, what? It was pretty wild. That was a good time. And I remember the lead singer of Crocus doing the same thing. He was like, man, and with his accent.
They came off the bus to see us too.
You girls are really good with his accent and all. That's pretty cool.
He was like
we had some great times. But I did want to show you the Nice Have an Underground album, the Beast
of course
one that we're featured on. So on the back here with all the other bands, and the coolest thing is that we're the last band that you hear when you play this record. So.
Yep. So it was. Did we name them all last time? It was Wrathchild, Child's Play, Mystic Force, Mona Lisa, Snidely Crunch, Shockwave, you guys, and who was the other one?
Chapels.
Chapels, right.
Yes,
right.
Yeah.
They were called Chapel Z. Chapel Z. That's how they said it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Chapel Z. Yeah.
Chapel Z.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That was a good album, good time. And this was actually
I think that album came out when Hammerjacks was still open.
Yeah. Yep. Great times back in those days, I tell you. And I've had a lot of guests, of course, Kim and Michelle, Barry on, Barry was in the band multiple times. Jackie, I've had you on, and I've had a lot of other folks from back in those days too. And the way that era has been described, is magical, and it really was, I think, it was, we didn't need social media. We were out together. Yeah. We were out networking together, face to face, giving out flyers
like this.
Yeah.
Homemade flyers. Jackie
made. Giving out flyers. I remember digging through my ashtray in my car and my change drawer at home to try to get enough nickels together to make copies at the farm store or something to go out or at the school library or at the public library, wherever you could get them.
I remember that. I'd be at work and making copies of these, and then we would go in the back of Michelle's pickup truck and go up and down. I've said it before, Eastern Boulevard, Dundalk Avenue, and we would flyer telephone poles, and we would take tape back when they had a thing called telephone booths, and we put them in telephone booths and all that. Yeah, right. Yeah, that was wild.
I remember putting up Orange Sheet Parade. Listen, go ahead.
There's I'm going to bring up a little Bible scripture here. It talks about a peculiar generation. We're a peculiar generation. And here's what I know about people that are like us. When you were a metalhead, if you were really a metalhead, like a real one, not a fake one, you never stop being a metalhead. There is no, and there's been actual studies done on this. I have a documentary that every couple of years I'll watch it because I actually bought it on disc so I could remind myself who I am. People out there today that are coming to support these local bands, coming to support Scarlet Angel, coming to support our cover bands out there that are still throwing up the horns and rocking out in front of the stage with the band and supporting and buying the merch and doing all that. They were doing that in 1980 and 81 and 82. They were doing that when Motley Crue still wore makeup like Poison, when Poison first came out. They were doing that and they never stopped. Once you have blossomed into a metalhead, you're still here. We are that generation. I'm always on my Facebook saying stuff about that. That it's not a mistake that I call it the Motley Crue generation. We're the Motley Crue generation. We're the ones who, when anybody remembers the 80s, they're going to remember us. The crazy ass leather and lace, in our case, wearing people that, are the backbone of what all the 80s were about. And I'm so proud to be counted in that number. I mean, the longer we can keep it alive, and I'm so tickled pink about Bonfire opening for us because they are like, I had to hug the drummer's dad because I'm like, dude, and he's like young, and his dad It's my son's age.
Yeah.
Don't do the math, please. Please. I got a headache thinking about it. Please.
Right.
So Mike, right? So
yeah, Mike.
like I'm like, oh my God. Like he's
I
a
saw
couple
them
years older
playing
than
and it was
Richie.
amazing.
Yeah.
How I saw them
so good. And it's
I
like
walked in and they were playing at the Falston Barrel House, but I was there just to put up posters for my band, and I heard the Wizard. I heard the harmonica, and I thought it was like, like a CD player or something. And I was like, okay. And then I looked, and there was these young boys up there on stage, and I went, no way, they're playing the Wizard. Amazing. So I stayed.
They didn't wear boots.
I stayed and watched all three of their sets, and that was just Aerosmith, AC/DC, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath. I'm like, these kids, they got it going on. And
the
when
oldest one in that band is 19 years old. The oldest one is 19.
Yeah, the singer. Yeah. But I remember we were looking for a band to open for us, and I thought, there's a couple young bands out there. There was a friend of mine, Charlie, who plays for Electric Circus. I think it's going to be one of these young bands, and I'm glad we got Bonfire because they're going to bring a crowd in too, so it's going to be a win-win for both of us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Our people are going to love them. I just know it. They really love them.
They just played Phillips, I think last month sometime, so and they had a decent crowd in there, so it's going to be a good time. April 5th, New Phillips Inn, Dundalk, Hollywood Avenue. It's not that far off the Beltway at all. It's a good time, free show, free parking. So, and bring some money for merch. We do take credit cards. Swipe it. We take it.
Yeah, and of course, you guys always have the greatest merch.
Yes,
I mean, you've got a wild variety of merch. You name it, you got Scarlet Angel on it, and you can use it, and it's there.
Yep. T-shirts, hats, T-shirts, hats, necklaces, beanies,
you have to get the
songs. We got it all, and we're working on the 40th anniversary T-shirt as well. So we're gonna have a limited run of those as well as the shirts that we've had for years. We're gonna have a great variety for everyone, and we have smalls all the way up to like 4 and 5X. We don't discriminate. We're an equal opportunity band.
That's good. Hey, that's good for guys like me to hear because I wear a size, and that's that definitely works for me. That definitely works for me. I'm just really glad to see. It's great that you all are doing this. And I enjoy it, too, because I just remember the old days. The monster, and we've talked about this in interviews before, the Monsters of Edge Rock show, Feathers, the Halloween parties, number, all the places. And the other thing too, just remembering the scene from back in those days. That's why I always enjoy having you guys on, because we talk about those things and it's always fun to reminisce about that. And
it is,
we have a great history here. We have a great history here. I mean, I think most of us are a few $1,000,000 shy of being millionaires from it, but we had a great time, and it was a magical time. Yeah. Well, Kim's the exception to the rule, I guess.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, doing all right. Yep, that's right. That's right. I can remember too. And again, the scene was again face to face. It wasn't social media. We were out talking. We were out face to face.
We were giving out the flyers, networking.
Yep.
Still doing
the bands. Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. It's different nowadays. It's a shame that. I mean, there are some things that sometimes they say you can never go home. You can never go home, never truly go home. But there are a lot of things out there, I think, that are good in different ways now that, kind of work more for today than they would have back then, or they're working well for what we have, left today, I think.
Yeah. Well, we're in the studio working on our 4th CD, and we're still in the same studio that we used back in the day as well, which is Basement Floor Productions. So we're actually in a studio recording, with microphones, the whole deal. We don't do it on the computer. We do it so we get that
not on an iPad. Not on an iPad.
It's the real deal. And he does a great job with our music, and we like Tim. Basement Floor Production, great place to go get your music recorded and he's got some good input too. So we
Yeah.
really liked him. Shout out.
Yep.
And
A bunch of guests I've had on the show have recorded there too. And again, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just not like buying recording time. You're getting his experience too, because he plays in bands, and his career is the best it's ever been. Now, because of the internet, he's getting his songs out there. He's been on somebody's internet radios charts for over a year with his song.
And he doesn't age. He doesn't age. He looks the same way he did 40 years ago.
And you get like a lot of value added. That's the value added, is the experience and recommendations and things.
And there's no auto tune used on Scarlet Angel music, just so you know. Just throwing that out there. I'm not Taylor Swift.
Yeah, of course not.
We know.
Of course not. Yeah, that whole thing too. It's just I can't say I'm a fan of that. I mean, I think if we wanted to put out, again, in our day, when we wanted to put out a good album, damn it, we earned putting out a good album.
That's right.
There was none of those auto tunes and things like that. Command over your instruments. You knew what you were doing, and you went in there and nailed it. You went in there when you were ready and nailed it. And well,
Scarlet Angel was the first song we ever did in the studio, and I'll never forget it. Like we did it first take, like the first song in, and I was like, whoa. And I just did it, and Tim was like, can you do it again? I want to double. He double recorded my voice.
Double track.
Whatever you call it. Yeah. So we did it again, and it just was like butter. It just went. It just went. Always a good experience there with him.
Oh yeah. That's what I've heard. I've heard that from a lot of people too. I've heard that from. I've had quite a few guests that have recorded there, and they've all said the same. I got to try to get him on here one of these days too.
Yeah, you should. You probably love it.
Yeah.
It's a wealth of information and stories.
Yeah, and our new song, "The Storm," we went in there, and our first take was pretty amazing. We did really good with that too.
Yeah,
that's very a great first song.
Yeah, but there were some very legendary studios around here too. I've had Dave Nachotsky from Invisible Sound on, and he told a lot of great stories, and that's where we recorded. And as a matter of fact, the ones that we used to play with a lot of people that recorded there too, because it was always us, Last Picture Show, Red Dye Number 9, and Fit of Frustration. And we used to do a lot of shows at the Rage together. And Invisible Sound was a great studio. They closed, and I think he's working now at Stages up in Cockeysville.
Great.
But a lot of great people behind the scenes too. A lot of great sound men and light men and people that are working on that end of it as well. Out there too. So you have your big show coming up on April 5th down at Phillips in Dundalk. All kinds of great merch, 8:30 p.m. And
we have a special drink that the bar has created in our honor called the Scarlet
Storm.
Scarlet Storm.
Scarlet Rocker.
That's it.
The Scarlet Rocker. And it's I think I remember seeing Sprite and cranberry juice mentioned.
Sprite and cranberry juice is the non-alcoholic version.
Oh,
what? It's some kind of vodka.
Cherry
vodka.
Right.
If Jackie Joyce has anything to do with it, it's going to knock you on your ass. Okay, just so you know.
But yeah, it's going to be a special drink that we have.
Come have one with me.
And we have like I said, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be a good time. And again, this is the only show that Scarlet Angel has on the books. So if you want to see Scarlet Angel, I suggest coming April 5th at the new Phillips Inn, because we do not have any other shows on the books right now.
And tell the people why that is.
Because we want to work on originals.
Yes.
And not, we want to focus on
a lot of
originals.
Yeah, it's a lot to put a show together, and it's very time consuming. And we are really focused on getting our creative juices going and getting our own music up and running like a train, like a locomotive. And then we can, maybe then add more shows as we go. But, that's my thing is I'm really looking forward to writing with Michelle and Kim both. Because Kim,
Oh, certainly. So I'm sure you would. And it's great to get out there. And one thing I miss, doing is songwriting too. You know, I kind of miss doing that. Maybe I'll have to get back into that one of these days, but it's very satisfying to get your own stuff out there.
Yeah, it
It
is.
is.
You know,
It is.
They're like little babies.
They
Mhm.
are.
It is. It's like, look, and I gotta tell you, I love Abby will give me her blessing, I'm sure. But I remember I went to a show that you guys were playing, and y'all were playing, and Abby was singing, and I think she was singing Chains of Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. So it was like, so imagine, if you will, watching
Here it comes.
your,
Here it
I'm
goes.
just saying, with me, everything
I
is
gotta
sex
put
and
my
food.
seatbelt
So,
on.
okay. Imagine watching your ex-husband
Oh, here we go.
in the bed with his new wife. And it's legit because it's his new wife. And you know, but they're married, but it's still your
Here we
ex-husband.
go.
And you're just like, oh. It's like she sounded great and it was wonderful, but it was my baby. And that song was about me. And like, that was my heart, like my song. Like I wrote it out of something that happened in my life. And it's the weirdest thing to have someone else singing the song that you wrote about this little, 1 year portion of your life.
Well,
And-
remember that the next time you want to quit the band.
So now I get to sing Abby's. Well, actually, I think you probably wrote it, Michelle. I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. I never had nobody sing a song I wrote before, so it was just a strange feeling. Not bad, but just very strange. Anyway, so there's
Well,
that.
Yep. Well,
I think we've
hey.
had
Mhm.
Abby was a great singer. I think her songs were really good. And Barry's on our third CD. We're
Mm-hmm.
going to be doing some of those. We're going to be doing some off the second CD and the first, as well as a couple, well, at least one off of our fourth CD as well. So, and some metal covers too. Some Metal Church, Metallica,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Priest, Motley Crue. So
I'm looking
you're
forward
gonna get a
to
little
that.
variety.
Yeah.
The old school priest, y'all. Old school priest.
Devil's Child, Metal
Mhm.
Gods
Don't
and
give it away.
Grinder.
Don't give it away.
Oh my God.
What?
What?
Nothing. You just gotta like tell everything.
I ain't telling everything. I just said 3 songs.
Mm. Yeah. Before Jackie stopped you.
I ain't gonna get anyway.
Oh man.
You got and you know how like, a lot of people are. If you don't tell them that you're doing covers, they won't come out because I mean, like, oh, I don't know the original. I don't know. That's why I always say to people, hey, buy our stuff and familiarize yourself with our music, and then you'll know it. So
Yeah, don't get
we gotta
me
tell them. Yes, we
started
will
on
be
that.
doing some
Yeah,
covers.
really. I
Because,
mean, it's
you
like,
know.
Yeah.
it's like that's part of the problem.
People
Yeah.
like to hear music they know. I get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But
get
a
it.
lot of
I get
people
it.
know our music.
Look,
I
yeah,
know a lot of people know our music.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's
The
the
kids
thing
in my
is
band
that
that are in my cover band now,
right.
they'll give around here at band practice in my house and start playing
Yep.
playing the Scarlet Angels. I'm like, dude, really?
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean,
Like
it's
when
kind.
we wrote that song, he wasn't even born.
Well, and it's also like people go out to see bands and they go out and see another band and they're all playing the same. It's like they all copy each other's song lists. It's just,
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's done purposely, though. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's
So,
not. It's not. Well, the thing
It's
is
not.
with me, it's like like Barry, you do the Scorpions thing, which is good. I mean, I love the Scorpions myself. It's just the way I look at things. For me, I mean, certainly you four are great. You're very talented people. I've been watching you. I've been admiring you for years. You do a hell of a job. Somebody like me is not inspired to do something like that because I'd rather be me. But it's not to say that the cover bands or the tributes aren't well done. They're not
And I
without
did a Stevie
talent.
Nicks tribute thing too,
Yeah.
so it's not just Barry, right?
Yeah, exactly. I've seen that too. I've heard of it. That you do that. But it's just the thing is that it's more or less the people. It's the people that drive me up the wall. It's like they'll go to see that, but you get a band putting out good originals and everything, and nobody even gives it a chance. Which is why I spend a half hour of every show on 97 Underground playing. I call it my Mid-Atlantic Music Marathon. And it's mostly Baltimore. Then it's up and down the East Coast too. So I've got some New York bands, some Georgia bands, some PA, New Jersey, Virginia, sending stuff in and everything too. But Yeah, I'm just
There's
more
a
or less.
lot of good stuff out there now.
There
Stuff
is.
that I'm like, why aren't they playing this one? Like, I haven't heard this before. I've heard a lot of good local.
There are so
I
many
say
great
local,
original
but
bands out there. There
Yeah.
really are.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing that I do on the show as well. Not to take the focus off of you guys for a minute here, but I'm gonna, give myself a plug here. I also have a segment of my show besides the Mid-Atlantic Music Marathon. I have a segment called "Yes, Virginia, there is great new music out there."
That's hilarious.
And I usually play. It's a 20-minute set, and I have a bunch of record labels from like Europe and from here sending me their bands.
That's awesome,
and,
Mike.
I'm not a big fan of the that stuff. Forget that. But the there's a lot of stuff out there that's like more melodic, and then there's a lot of bands out there that are more like the Guns N' Roses, Faster Pussycat, Poison style that I'll play too, and the stuff's good. The stuff's good, and I figure I at least try to give it a chance. Get it out there. But that's my show. We have our rock and roll history. My first one is my This Week in Rock and Roll History Marathon. Then usually either an interview or I go to the back of the rack and really play some deep metal cuts. I was playing Trapeze and Montrose the other week.
Oh, that's cool.
Great,
Yeah.
Deep Purple, White Snake, they're like the deep cuts, like the Coverdale Hughes Deep Purple.
I know what you're talking about there.
And then Thin Lizzy, digging into some of those albums, and
Vandenberg,
Alcatraz, Alcatraz, Loudness. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
One of my favorite bands.
So if I don't have an interview, I do a set of that. Slade. Sweet, that kind of stuff. And then usually at the end of each hour, I'll play like a special song. I usually have like a 4-minute segment at the end of each hour where I'll throw something in there that that's good, but yeah, there's lots of great stuff out there. Everybody's like, there's no good new music out there. Well, yes, there is. Yes, there is, both locally and worldwide.
Yeah, the radio stations don't play it.
Yeah,
well, it's certainly
the industry's gotten so screwed up with all that kind of stuff. It's paper. It's
pay for play.
Payola.
Still, that's still alive and well.
It is.
Yeah. There's a couple of still good metal stations. I'll call Michelle up when I'm like going here and there, whether I'm playing in other states or what I'm doing. I'll be like, man, there's a metal station and it's up here in the Delaware area. You got to check it out. There's one up in Hagerstown too, and they have like and it's funny because there's a woman on there, and she's called Full Metal Jackie, and she plays some real like Creator, and that's what she's called. Creator, and she does like the Metal Church and all, and it's real good stuff. And then they play some good local bands too. So there's stations out there, you just gotta find them. But
I like that. Oh no, Corey Garrison might be pissed off at me though. Full Metal Jackie.
That's what she's called, and she's got a radio station out there. I listen to it on the way up, but just it's a shame that like our stations, our local stations, I guess people change and they evolve, and that's what they evolve to. What people want to hear, but I think our people want to hear the metal still, the stuff that we grew up on and love. Yeah, and that's what we're going to give you April 5th at the New Phillips Inn in Dundalk.
And you will be, and like I said, you guys do get played on my show.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Mike.
Yeah, all along. I usually text you when I remember.
Yeah.
You're on. What?
Yeah, it's a good station though. It's a good station to listen to because if you play a little bit of everything, I'll be like, oh man, I haven't heard that song in a long time. So it's a good stuff.
That's why I call my show the Back of the Rack, because you're kind of digging deep, songs you forgot you liked.
Some B-sides, some deep cuts.
Songs you forgot you loved,
Yeah.
Songs you forgot you like. So, like I said, I enjoy doing it, and for as long as we have it, I'll be there and supporting our local folks, which
appreciate that.
Which Barry leads me to you, I know you've got some irons in the fire too, and we must talk about that when the time is right as well. So
definitely.
We definitely will. But but I think 97, head and shoulders above all the other stations has always been a lot more about the locals.
Absolutely. We have Kim's Crypt Camp Out, which is back June 21st. And it's in high demand and everybody wanted it. So now here it is. If you go to kimscrypt.com, you can get tickets. But our next event is actually every month we have Paranormal Ghost Tours. So March 15th is our next one. We have one every month. And then we also have halfway to Halloween, May 2nd through the 4th. So there's a lot going on. If you go to kimscrypt.com, spelled with K's, not C's, you will find out all the information of the haunted attraction, Spring Grove, PA, 5 attractions, 2 escape rooms, hearse rides, hearse rental, and so much more. Photo opportunities available.
What happens during the Paranormal Ghost Tour? Do things really happen?
Yeah, people say they go in there, they feel things, they hear things, and they see things, and they go, and all the equipment is included, and they have a great time. They come back, and because I have historic buildings.
Great time being scared shitless, but okay.
Well, there is what makes it real is there's empirical evidence, which is those meters, because they register heat. I think there's some of them are infrared and they measure frequencies.
So all the little doohickeys you see on the movies, they have that there?
Yes, they do. Here's our lineup.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yep.
Of what we got going on.
And your Ghost Tours every month. Your property up there in Pennsylvania is from what I remember you telling me, has some history there too, right?
Yeah, definitely. My buildings are
this ain't people
built in the 1700s.
Yeah, this isn't people hiding in the bushes saying boo.
Yeah, the mill was built in the 1700s, wasn't it?
That's what I just said.
I thought you said 19. Okay.
No. I said
okay.
The haunted mill was built in like 1743 or something. It was built in the 1700s.
Yeah.
And it's really something to see. And the good thing is a lot of people like these paranormal ghost tours because you can go through and see the haunted attractions with the lights on. Nobody's scaring you. Nobody's jumping out and going boo. It's none of that. These are real paranormal ghost tours.
Yes.
I'm running a gift shop, so I'm not in there. I'm not doing trickery. It's not, it's nothing planned or anything. I'm just in there running the gift shop while people go through it. So it's a lot of fun. Yep. And we have a lot of repeat customers that did come back for that. And like I said, our next one's March 15th.
Michelle, Barry, Jackie, anything else you'd want to mention?
No, we just really appreciate you having us, Mike.
I love you guys.
Really been one of our biggest, friends and supporters through all this, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said,
and I know
you guys, we've known you forever, so yeah.
And I know Mike's going to play some music from Scarlet Angel off one of our first 3 CDs, I'm sure.
Yep.
So,
I can sure do that. Yeah, absolutely.
And we look forward. We look forward to seeing everybody on April 5th.
Yep.
Yeah, April 5th.
You guys want to find out any more information about Scarlet Angel, or you want to reach out to any of us, you can go to our Facebook page, Scarlet Angel on Facebook. I'm Jackie Joyce. You can find me individually, Jackie Joyce. Kim Yates.
Check it out.
Kim Yates. Yep.
I'm Michelle Armiger. Michelle Scarlet Angel is technically the name of my Facebook page, but if you type in Michelle Armiger, it'll come up as well.
Yep, absolutely. And all this information will be in the. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Barry.
Barry.
I just want to say again, I'm really glad to be able to play with them again. Help them out April 5th. It's going to be a great show, and I hope to see everybody there.
I'm sure you're going to do a hell of a job. It'd be a great job you're going to do. You've always done a great job with them in the past, and great to see you getting up there too. It'll be great. And Jackie, welcome back.
Yes,
thank you. It's good to be back.
It's great.
Welcome back.
It's been a year now. I've been back a year.
Yeah,
that's about right.
It is going here. Yeah.
Wow, it doesn't seem like that way, but it is a year.
Don't blink your eyes; it goes by so fast. Yep.
It's gonna be, and it's a lot of fun harmonizing with Jackie again. It's good to because we're the voices on the first 2 CDs, so it's good.
If I had a dime for every time I heard people say that to me, that when you and Kim sing together, it's like magic. I'm not just saying that. Seriously.
Yeah. And if you're hungry, and if you happen to be hungry and driving around like it looks like the North Point Boulevard, Pulaski Highway corridor. What should we look for out there?
Are you talking about me, young man?
Yes.
That is the Jack's Bistro Cuisine on Wheels.
Cuisine on Wheels. Holy
shit. My bandmates, I have fed them before. Yes.
Yes.
That's really why she's back in the band, because when she came over to talk to us, she brought the food truck and then she opened it. And then we heard music. I was like,
hi, I have chicken Alfredo.
Yep. Awesome. cuisine. It's not just
No,
like a big.
my food is very good. I get my customers love me. I was just out. I had surgery. I had a knee replacement surgery, and I had my truck was down for 7 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that total. And like my guys were texting me, Jackie, when you coming back? They really like the food and they dig it. And I mean, it's real. It ain't McDonald's, baby. Let me tell you, it's not McDonald's. It is
sure it's
homemade,
excellent.
very good food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kane just made his appearance. I have Candy and Kane here with K's, my cats. Kane just made his appearance with a little snout.
Well,
he's a
Jack,
bad boy.
Did you get your new food items on the menu? Would you say you're going to have chicken and waffles? Are they on there yet?
I was going to do that, but I'm holding off on that a little bit because I only have so much space to put things. And everybody loves the chicken Alfredo, and everybody just adores the Italian sausage. And my burgers are like the biggest seller ever. I make
the
real burgers.
are really good.
They're half-pound burgers that are like that thick.
Nice.
And then the bacon, and the bacon's got to stay hot. You can't give people cold bacon.
The bacon. I would pay for an endless supply of that. It's so good. It was like maple sugar or something like that. Bacon. It's really good.
I candy the bacon. So
it's really good. You guys got to try it.
Damn, girl.
I mean, I'm definitely.
Did you put the posters up on your? Did you put the posters up on your truck yet?
What?
Did you put the posters up on your truck yet?
Yes, girl. They've been up.
Okay, just making sure. I have a couple left. So
Not to give you some Fowl Players Radio stickers to put up.
Oh yeah.
And some 97 Underground stickers to put on too.
Want them too? I want the T-shirt and the bumper sticker.
Okay, I can get you the bumper stickers immediately. I have to work on the T-shirts a little bit, but yeah.
I need a bumper sticker, Scarlet Angel, Kim. I think I have some hidden somewhere.
She's going to charge it. She's going to charge you $2 for it, Jack.
Oh my God!
Actually, I managed to get around that. You know how I did it? I bartered. I gave her a 97 Underground sticker for a Scarlet Angel sticker.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
There you go.
And then she said plus $1. I was like, oh, come on. She was all right.
Well,
that's Kim.
We'd rather give them out so people could put them on there.
Oh yeah,
it's a promotional item. So
see,
anyway,
that's the thing too. The back of my car, I've got a big, like a SUV, like a hatchback, covered with. I have a Hammerjack sticker on there too, and I still have those in my garage too.
Oh, nice.
I have a few Hammerjack stickers. I remember that.
Hammerjacks Network. I remember those stickers too.
I've got a Scarlet Angel sticker on there, and I've got all local bands covering the back of my car.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Jackie has left the building.
Jackie has left the building. She's going to make us some bacon and chicken Alfredo.
Candy bacon. Mike, you got to try it.
I got to. I have to. I got to find this truck.
It's like ambrosia from the gods. I'm serious.
Oh, I bet it is. You know.
Could be Michelle's next song.
Yep.
Candy bacon.
Yep. So folks, well, thank you all for tuning in tonight. The Fowl Players Radio Scarlet Angel returns. We had Michelle, Jackie, Kim, special appearance by Barry, who's going to be working with them that night at their big show, April 5th at Phillips Inn down in Dundalk. It's going to be a heck of a night. I'll be down there too, representing 97 Underground. And come on out. It'll be great to see them again. I'm looking forward to it. And we'll see you all next time, folks. This is Michael.
All right. See you there.
On 97 on the Fowl Players Radio. And we'll see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
And folks, thanks for sticking around and enjoying our episode with Scarlet Angel. I had a great time talking with them, and I always do. Yeah, I remember, playing with them years ago at some of the different clubs and some of the different, venues that are in town. Always a great time having them on the show, hearing what they're up to and talking about the old days, So, folks, remember, Scarlet Angel will be at Phillips in Dundalk on April 5th. That's a Saturday night. Make sure you get out and check them out that night. Also, remember, check out their Facebook page, Scarlet Angel on Facebook. And you'll find all of their dates on there and all their news. And remember, the Fowl Players of Perryville on the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad, Madigan's Waterfront. We also have Maryland Party Boat shows coming up. So make sure you go to fowlplayersofperryville.com. for information on those shows. And remember, hit that like and subscribe button for Fowl Players Radio, and we'll see you next time. Michael Spedden, signing off.